So it's another week. It has been the end of January. This week has been, okay, I suppose, £500 in a week. I still think the open returns that I've got is playing a huge factor in the amount of sales that I'm getting. I've got 3 open returns, one of which is a £90 return, one's a £150 return, and the other one's a £13 return. The £13 one will automatically be closed by Wednesday, so fingers crossed that will start to get the ball rolling. But ever since I had the returns open, it's fallen off of a cliff. It really, really has. However, today being Monday, I listed a lot of items. I listed about 6 or 7 games worth about 200 odd quid, which made, I think it's just under 300. I can't remember. Either way, listed. I managed to get in the office for a few hours, not even that, for an hour, I think, while videos were rendering, and just list, which was an absolute godsend. So as soon as these open returns are done, which at the moment, it's still 3, which is really, really annoying. So requested 15th of Jan, 18th of Jan, and the 20th of Jan. So one of them didn't like the item, one of them doesn't work or defective, and then the other one was ordered by mistake. The ordered by mistake has changed their mind because they opened up the request and got the item an hour later because of the postie, and they've kept the item. They've not even looked at returning it. The doesn't work or defective is a load of bull because he didn't know that it's an old... No, he wanted it for a rechargeable purpose, and you can't buy the rechargeable battery anymore. So he opened it, and then, either way, it worked absolutely fine. It just wasn't fit for purpose for what he wanted it for. And then the PS3 was the guy who wanted to rent the PS3 for a few weeks at the start of January, which was very, very nice of him. So yeah, fingers crossed when that all goes, there will be a bit more of an influx. And there's a little bit of me nattering, there's a lot of me nattering, but yeah. Let's go back in time and we'll see how the week went. Looking at the wrong bit again, I keep on doing that. Good afternoon, it is currently Wednesday. I've got 7 orders to go through, which I want to get packaged up tonight. 2-day dispatch. Some of them, they need to be gone today. However, it means going to the stores, which is why I kind of put it off, to be honest. So I'm currently waiting for someone. I'm supposed to be meeting someone at a job, or to quote for a job at 2 o'clock. It's currently 1. However, I've just had a phone call from the person I'm supposed to be meeting. He should be able to get over here earlier, which means I can get to the stores earlier, which means I can get home earlier, which means I can package up earlier and get everything ready for the post office tomorrow morning. So 7 items. I think it's a fair few quid. I don't know. I think it's got to be over £100. Maybe. I don't know. Give or take. Either way, 7 sales is better than none. Magic the Gathering. Sold 4 packs for £17 posted. Goes a large letter quite easily. Part of a bundle that I bought tail end of last year. We've sold an Alien Takes Bishop. £9.99. Free postage. Owes me about £1. On the DS we have sold My Sims. £4.99 including free postage. Goes as a large letter. Owes me about £1. World War II. £12.49. Free postage. Owes me £3 or £4 I think. Lovely jubbly. On the PS3 we've sold PGA Tour 13. £14.99. I remember picking this up last year at Car Boot, where I was the 3rd reseller to get to the table, and they all left behind the golf games. Who's laughing now, suckers? That is Thursday morning. Few quid, quite a few bits of our race, so you won't be seeing that. You've got to be members, if you want to see that, I'm afraid. I'm joking. All you get for being a member is a stupid penguin emoji. Okay, we're back in the van once again for convenience. So we have another tray of military vehicle spare parts, £6 including fees. So there's loads of bits. We've got, what's this? Ludlow Corp Laminating Coating Division, lot number blah 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 blah. Made in 1986 in Italy. Some sort of a connector for NATO. So got loads of bits like that. Yeah, ridiculously low price, but I don't know what I'm going to do with it. They look like ear defender parts. They probably are. Got a watch lot, so that stupid little race car watch, as well as a Xeon. Now I paid £13 plus fees, which is $14.95. Prices are all over the place for this, but I've got 4 watches now that need to be refurbed, so I'll get one of my local watch places to go through and do that. They're my boots. And then I also bought a projector, which is a Xeon Zeus Icon. I paid £6 including fees, and it comes with an extra tray for slides. So I'm hoping it works. If it does, we're in the money. If it's not, we'll make a little bit on top, so I can't complain. But there we go, I bought something again. We've sold a DVD, Zulu Dawn, £2.40, free postage. Owes me between, I don't know, 10 pence and 50 pence maybe. For £2.99 free postage, we've sold Borderlands on a 360. I think that owes me 50 pence off the top of my head. From Shiny Star V, we have sold Toxtricity VMAX Shiny, £14.99 free postage. For £7.49 including free delivery, we have sold Watchmen, The End Is Nigh Parts 1 and 2 on the Xbox 360. Owes me about £1. Okay, we are looking for Turtle's Tail. This is somewhat in order. There we go, look at that! Turtle's Tail, Blu-ray, lovely jubbly. About £2.50, maybe £3 including free delivery. Owes me about 30 pence from a huge job lot of DVDs and Blu-rays that I got a long time ago. Sold another Lego Hero Factory, owes me £1, sold it for £10 including free postage, and a set of Jack Daniels honeycomb moulds. Annoyingly, it's going like on the other side of town to where I used to live, but it would be weird to drop it off, so yeah, doesn't matter. Owes me £1, maybe £2, I honestly cannot remember. For £5.50 we have sold one Gengar going via GSP. Yeah, just a one, which is annoying. Only that much to go. The Xbox 360 we've sold Dead Rising, $3.99, free postage. No idea where it owes me, but yeah, finally clearing out some space of the games. We're going back to the 360. We've sold Black Ops on the Xbox 360, obviously, $9.99 free postage. Lovely. I've had these DMs for absolutely ages. They're Royal Mail Dr. Martens, and I, for life of me, could not get this stuff out. But I eventually, just put it online, and I thought, you know what, they've got to go. Put them for £40 plus postage, best offer. Had an offer for £20 straight away. Refused it, and an offer today for £35. So yeah, get rid of them. Barely worn, it's just that bloody horrible scuff at the front. Apart from that, they're really, really nice. And I don't actually know how much they owe me. Maybe a £5, maybe £8, about that. Well, they're gone now. Now, I'm not sure about the packing. Now, 3 sides, like that's good, that's good, that's good. Like, all of it is good, apart from one side, and it's really squishy, which is a little bit concerning. And I also hate it when people wrap things, because when you're trying to get a product out, and especially if there's a squishy side of the box, you don't quite know what you're supposed to be doing. So, okay, it looks like they've used the Pokeball tins as a box, which is, it's not my first choice. You can see from there. Maybe I'm just a packing snob since I ever started reselling. You know, I really judge people on how they pack things, because I always see my way as being the correct way. But it's not great, considering what's inside is supposed to be somewhat collectible. So that's a squishy bit. Do you want to see the padding? I mean, admittedly, the boxes are individually wrapped with bubble wrap over there again. But it's not great. I mean, how hard would it have been to get a cardboard box. Bearing in mind, these weren't exactly cheap. There was cheaper options of buying these, but I went for this one for some stupid bloody reason. If I go to my purchase history, I bought 3 lots of stickers, all brand new and sealed, as you can see. Now, do you want to know what I paid? Paid £112, 50 pence plus postage of what appears to be a freaking tenner. So I'm not happy about the postage, because it was Hermes tracked, £11.35 they charged for that. If it was properly boxed, you know what? I'd say, yeah, have the extra couple of quid on top. But like that, nah. An email is going to be sent, which should be fun. But yeah, I should be opening up at least one of these over the next couple of weeks or so. Just sold GTA 5 on the Xbox 360 for a tenner, including free delivery. However, I've now upped it because there was only me and like 2 other listings that had it for that price. So yeah, I've upped it slightly, but I've got 1 or 2 in stock, to be fair. So I've come to the decision that I'm no longer going to collect Xbox and PS2 games. There's a lot. This is like 4 stacks deep, and as you can see, it's more than just a couple high. It's with a heavy heart, but I'm never gonna. In the next 5 years, I'm not gonna have a house big enough where I can display everything. I'm gonna concentrate on PlayStation 1 because obviously they're smaller. GameCube because there's not as many. N64, SNES, and NES, and Mega Drive, and yeah, so even that is still a huge amount. There's just too much. So this is all now going to start being sold bit by bit. So I've taken out a few Simpsons games, as a Xenosaga, things like that, raise some funds and start getting rid of all this, because it's a lot. It's more than yeah. Unless I move up to like Norfolk or something, or go and live where Kieran is, I'm never going to have a house big enough to display it all. So with a heavy heart, it's going to have to start going. So this is going to be a bit of me just talking out loud to myself. I'm just doing things while the wife is putting the little to sleep Sunday lunchtime. So I need to raise about £3,500-4,000 without spending more money. Because I'm part-time, I tend to reinvest everything. If I see that there's a sale on somewhere, I'll go and buy everything, sort of thing. Whereas I need to stop doing that because I need to invest a rather large sum. I'm estimating between £3,500 and £4,000. The returns, I was trying to work it out in my head. The returns I think is going to be, I thought it was going to be a minimum of 50k. I don't think that's anywhere near correct. I think it's a lot more than that. So trying to work it out in my head as to what is actually going to be what I need to do. I know what I need to do. I need to sell and I need to stop buying stuff. It's as simple as that. But I like purchasing. I've been getting quite heavily into RA recently, which I don't share a great deal of that with the YouTube audience. We've got one of the many Facebook groups that we've got is not even dedicated to that. It's just we keep on using it and talking to each other. It's one of those ones where we end up only the last sort of week or so. We tend to be doing group calls like every other day, and it just goes mad. Sometimes there'll be like 2 or 3 people in there. Sometimes there'll be like 6, 7, 8 people all trying to talk at once. Okay, so I'm trying to do the maths. I reckon I've got that. Yeah, it's. I would say it's a minimum of 50 grand. Maximum. See, even with one of these things, which I'm sending 5 off, I don't know. There's absolute minimum 50 grand coming back, which would obviously then means I've got to sell that 50 grand. But it's one of those things where it's only going to appreciate in price. So I can just wait and just sell as and when it's required, and then hopefully bring me up to that tax threshold, and then. But I think it's the sort of thing that I could probably sell very, very quickly as well. And I appreciate I've not given any detail as to what these items are, but there's about half a dozen people that do. But yeah, I need to raise 3.5 grand in 2 months, which is easy. It's just the not spending it on other crap that's a problem. So I need to rein it in. I need to be a good boy. I need to stop spending money on spending a tenner to make a fiver. I don't want to be doing that anymore. And I'd say that all the time, and then I'll do it anyway because I think, oh yeah, I can make a fiver on that. It's easy. So I need to stop doing that. I need to ideally do what Lee at Cola Flipper does, where he wants to make a minimum of £20 on every item that he buys, unless it's ridiculously easy to sell. I know that I do DVDs and games because that's a cheap feedback fodder, which it really is, and it takes up no room whatsoever. I know that there's a lot of people that use RA where they'll spend £3 and then after that the fees and the postage and things like that, that £3 they'll make 60 pence, but the £3 worth of stock is quite big. If you used to put it into DVD size things, that's like, I think it's like 6 or 7 DVDs for 60p, whereas 6 or 7 DVDs I will make. Some of them, admittedly, yeah, I'll probably break even because I buy them in lots. Other ones you can make £5, £6, £10. So the DVDs and games is exempt from the rule. However, I want to get to the point where I'm not, as I say, not spending a tenner to make a fiver. It's not worth it. I want to be spending a tenner to make 100. So I've gone through a huge amount of Pokemon Tops cards. It's about 2.5 grand's worth, which was one big multi-listing. It was the shiny ones. I'll show you the ones that I'm talking about because that's probably going to be easier. But because a lot of people don't know about them, they see Topps cards as just the non-shiny ones. I think a multi-listing was the wrong way to go. So I'm going through and doing individual listings. Like I think at the moment I've got that for £150. Now it's only because I'm anticipating another boom within the next month. But I'm going to go through and I've started doing the cards individually. So at the moment, all I've done is I've done my blast. Basically, I've done Bulbasaur to Blastoise. So there's only 6 cards, and then Pikachu on top. So I've taken down about 2.5 grand's worth of cards. However, I'm going to be listing them individually because I think that will generate more sales. So, and I've done a few baseball cards as well, which and basketball, which they're not in the best condition. If they were, they would be PSA gradable without a shadow of a doubt. But in its current situation, I've got far too many cards. Actually, you know what? I think that 3.5 grand is not going to cut it of what I need to do everything at once. I'm going to need about 4.5. So I'll have to do it in a couple of bits, I think. But that's it. Therapy's done. I'm going to do some labels now because I've not actually done any since I started talking, and set up the schedule for the Sunday waffle, which I'm looking forward to.